No, Trey, it does not believe in you. Welcome to Puro Pinche Sports. I am your host, Jose Garza, and tonight we are talking about some wide receivers, keeping up with this ranking system. But with me tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is my brother-in-law, Alex. It's my homie, Trey. It's my brother, Arturo. Guys, what is up? Trey, I'll start with you. What is up, Trey?
Man, same old, bro. Just excited. Football actually starts tomorrow, dude. The Hall of Fame game, bro. I know it's nothing special, but hey, it's football, baby.
How you feeling about the Hall of Fame game?
I'm excited. Football's here.
You mean the Jaguars and the Raiders? Oh my gosh, what a travesty that is. Yeah, what about you, Art? How you feeling about it?
Dude, I'm glad, man. It's something else to watch now. I was running out of things to binge on Netflix and Hulu.
Bro. Exactly.
I've been turning country by watching The Ranch and now Yellowstone now.
Hey, Yellowstone goes hard, so don't hate on that.
No, I'm not hating it. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. I'm just saying though, the whole month of July, just no sports really, because I don't fuck with baseball. Sorry guys, sorry for those baseball fans out there, but sorry. But anyways, guys, we're kicking it up this episode with some, obviously news from the last 48 hours, just like last week. So Deshaun Watson's punishment has been set by the judge, former judge. She settled for 6 games, even though even in testimony, she believes he lied to her. She only settled for 6 games in suspension. Now today, the NFL has appealed that suspension. So Roger Goodell and the rest of the NFL organization is looking to suspend him at least a minimum of 1 year into an indefinite suspension. But the NFLPA is going to sue, which in turn actually means if it goes through and they block everything, Deshaun Watson might not even get suspended this upcoming season at all. Trey, I'll start with you. Obviously, you're shaking your head. You have
it's wild, bro. It's wild. Like, I don't understand how somebody who gambled got suspended for a year?
Yep.
But then this dude who has so many allegations and he's paid most of them off, which means something, obviously.
Yep.
Getting 6 games, and now I don't know, bro. I don't understand it. I don't at all, actually.
Art, how you feeling about it?
I told you, man, he ain't playing this season, man. Like it's one of those things that I know the Texans, they said, okay, we're gonna pay it off, whatever. We don't want to be part of it. But then the fact that you, at the beginning of your whole trial thing, you paid 22 out of them, and now it's getting close, and you just say, oh, let me pay 4 more except 1. It's like, dude, like, what'd you do? Like, if you did it, dude, like, all right, whatever, you did it, like, cool, whatever, get your punishment or get out, dude. Like, I know you want to play and everything, but you're just elongating this process.
And the thing is, Art, to dispute what you just said, he most likely will play at the beginning of the season because the NFLPA is on his side. They're going to dispute it, which means there's going to be injunctions taken. So his suspension will not be enforced this season until they settle that in court or whatever. So he very much played. And this is similar to Tom Brady when Deflategate happened. They wanted to suspend him right away the following year. They couldn't. The NFLPA countered. They went to trial the following offseason, and then he got his 4-game suspension set. So that might be a similar thing where Deshaun Watson gets away with it for now, and quote unquote. Alex, what are your thoughts on the whole thing?
So I know Deshaun Watson's team, they're able to, I guess, dispute the 6-game suspension. They didn't, because I feel like the team knew that they already got away with a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Why push it? So whenever Big Ben had his allegations from one single person in one night, he got 6 games, and Deshaun Watson has over 20 on different, and that's like a 6-month span. It's just crazy how the NFL waited so long. But then yet again, I think the NFL waited to see how much backlash it would get from the six games, and they got a lot of backlash.
I think they wanted to put the blame on the judge.
Yes.
Since she was going to be a third party, make her decide what it's going to be, and then they're going to go from there. Because obviously, I think from everything we heard, they wanted to give them always a year, but they wanted to see if a judge might make it reduce it by a little or enforce it, just so that people don't be just saying, "Oh, it's the NFL's fault for that." Obviously, the NFL felt like it was not enough of a punishment, 6 games, especially if you're saying like, "Hey, Big Ben had 6 games with one woman." You really want to multiply that with 26 women for Deshaun Watson?
Yeah, but see, and that's another thing that blows my mind is, you have the one incident and then you have multiple. Like, we're not talking about like 2 or 3. We're talking about multiple women.
Yep.
How are you only counting? You know what I mean? Like Alex said it perfectly. They're saying, okay, look, we're okay with the 6 games because it could have been worse. How is it going to go further? You know what I mean? Like, how are you going to say, oh no, he might not even be suspended at all? Like, what? But this dude who, again, I still can't understand that, got suspended for a year for gambling. Now I get it. That's against the rules too, but what are we actually saying here? You know what I mean?
Man, I said Jose, man, the list, Deshaun Watson, 6 games for 30 sexual assault allegations. Adrian Peterson, 6 games for felony child abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Ray Rice, 2 games, a DV. CQ Elliott, 6 games, DV. DeAndre Hopkins, 6 games, PEDs. Calvin Ridley, 17 games for betting on a game that he didn't even play.
Exactly.
That's like crazy. It's not even the same,
bro. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah,
I was talking to some of my buddies on the side, and we were talking about how we don't know for sure, obviously, but it looks like the NFL set it up that way too. Because if you look at the Browns' schedule for the first 6 games, it's a really easy schedule. 1 away game. Pretty much all the games are versus losing records, like projected losing records, I should say.
Yeah.
Like, it's a really weirdly, oddly easy setup schedule for the first 6 games. It's like, okay, was this actually planned?
Yeah, so this is on the judge. She won 6, the former judge.
Wow, bro.
Yeah, it's insane, and it's obviously going to be a story that's going to continue on moving forward, so we can have more time to discuss about it. Another big breaking news that happened yesterday, the Dolphins owner, Miami Dolphins owner, Stephen Ross, got suspended for 6 games himself, or at least until the week after week 6, for similar, well, not similar, that would be bad, for tampering, which he was trying to get quarterback Tom Brady away from the Patriots back in 2019, and then also following the 2021 season from the Buccaneers. So a lot of speculation is Brady retired so he can go become an owner, player, / coach, whatever. At the same time, they were also tampering to get Sean Payton. Yeah, Alex, I'll start with you. What are your thoughts on them only giving the owner 6 games? Also, they say that he was not trying to lose on purpose. The tanking with the Brian Flores investigation. This all stems from that. This all comes because of the Brian Flores allegations against the Dolphins owner. Alex, your thoughts?
Look, I think a lot of teams do tampering. It's just some are just good at hiding it.
Cleveland, we're looking at you.
I know Tom Brady did want to go to Miami before he wanted to go to Tampa. Whenever the whole stuff was going on in New England,
get revenge on Belichick that way.
Yep.
And removing the GM for 6 games, could be damaging to the team. But then yet again, you're not losing on a player, but you are losing on somebody that could put their 2 cents in getting a free agent or in doing a trade.
Another heavy cost that they lost, I had mentioned, they lost their 2023 first round pick and their 2023 or 24 third round pick. 24?
23 and 24.
So
and those are the ones that they got from the trade also from Hill. So it's like, what happens then? Like, do those get like nulled, or do they just get sent back to Kansas, or it's a lottery?
No, so how it works is that they're just removed altogether. So in the first round, next draft will be just 31 picks.
Yeah.
So it's a bummer for teams that are put in the effort for that, but it is what it is. The Dolphins did that. Obviously, Art, what do you think on the whole thing? What Stephen Ross did, and of course the allegations they're denying. It's been now proven that he wasn't trying to tank.
I mean, the fact that they found the tampering, that's one of them. You found tampering. Other teams have done it, and I believe wasn't there one where there was a tampering issue and both the player or something. Oh no, never mind. That was NBA. But it's okay. Putting it that way. So in the NBA, they do the same thing. They could charge the player for that at the same time, but I think overall, man, it's kind of crazy. I think the punishment they got the GM to get like for 6 games, it's like, all right, dude, you're just gonna go say bye-bye. You're gonna go to your fancy little house and watch the games on the TV. Like, how is that a big thing? Overall, man, if they already found this dirt on them, I think they're gonna keep finding more stuff on it. No. And ideally, I don't know, man. It's gonna be. It sucks for the Dolphins though, because it's I don't know, would it happen the same thing that happens with the Raiders? Like, is this gonna happen with the Browns and Miami, where there's gonna be a lot of drama and stuff going on team wise that it makes them kind of tank their season on it? But overall, man, it's kind of sad on that.
Trey, how do you feel that? By the way, what's up, Jazz?
What's up, Jazz?
Trey, I wanted to ask you, what are your thoughts? Do you think the punishment was light on the fact they were tampering, not just once, but twice technically, or over the course of 3 years, perhaps they were trying to drag Tom Brady away from a team, whether it was the Patriots or the Buccaneers. Jazz, as comments said, they tanked, should have been at least the first for 2 years. So what are your thoughts on that, Trey?
I agree. I think it should have been a little bit more. I think they did get off a little light, especially being the longevity of it, right? Like you're saying, it's not like they called him overnight and were like, hey, you want to come over? Like, no, this has been planned out, thought out. Obviously, Brady wanted his revenge, like we said, and that was an easy target to go to, right? Like, who do the Patriots hate? Miami's one of them, right? Now, Brady still got his revenge in the Super Bowl, being like winning the Super Bowl without him, essentially. But it definitely does prove point, like, okay, same concept, going back to the whole Deshaun Watson thing. What is actually going on behind closed doors? What are we not seeing, in regards to all these other things? And I mean, it takes you back to the whole when was it when Sean Payton got suspended for the whole year or whatever it was, like
for the targeting.
Yeah, like you know what I mean? Like, it's just,
the suspension was what, 2015?
I think I was gonna say 2015, 2016. I can't remember exactly when, but it's the same concept. Like, what are we doing here differently? You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's crazy, bro.
It's an insane situation. Obviously, if we're going to take tampering seriously, you should hold your owners more accountable, especially. Obviously, he did it through a guy that's friends with Brady, I think his last name was Beal. So, interesting decision. So, I mean, that's about it as far as big news. Today in history, guys, just throw out there, Tom Brady, the GOAT, was born 45 years ago.
45, bro.
Dude, that's crazy.
And he said today, too, that he was planning on playing until 45. That's crazy, bro.
I mean, so let me ask you this before we move on to the wide receivers list, just to go right quick. Is it Tom Brady's final year? Alex, go.
No, I don't think so.
Art?
Nah, that man's still going to keep going. Nah.
I'd say one more year after this.
This is last year? Or
no,
two years?
Yeah.
So I believe it's his last year signed with Buccaneers. So what do you think he goes after this? Do you think he sticks around for one more year? Bro. What do we do?
That could easily be his last year, right? Like, why not? He's already got a contract made up with the network, so.
Yeah, Fox Sports has him for 5 years in his first real max contract.
So I could see it being his last, but I would say one more year after this one. So.
All right. Dang, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I'm always going to be a Brady man. Always. I hate the colors he's wearing now.
See, Jazz agreed. Yeah, come on.
He's like, one more year for sure. All right. Guys, whose list do y'all want to start off with? Y'all want to start with mine? Y'all want to we're going into the wide receiver duels. And for those who know, we're also revealing our top 10 individual wide receivers as well.
This duel, wow, bro. Let's go.
Our consensus is just going to be, though, what we're rating today is duos, wide receiver duels, because we were debating after the podcast ended. Should we just do individuals? Should we do duos? There's so many special, two-man teams and stuff like that on the offense. So
what I like about it is it brings different aspects. You might have a stud and then a zero, Yeah, it's a weird mixture, bro. Let's go.
You might have a stud, a zero, and it brings them all the way down.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll start with my list because I haven't gone first in any of these, so that way y'all knock me out the way if y'all want to hate it on it or not. We do have some controversial lists, or at least some I'm going to call out for fun. So here we go. I'm going to start with mine, though. All right, so these are my list, guys. Duos on the left, individuals on the right. So I'm going to start with the individuals on the right. Actually, this is not my list. This is a straight list, actually.
I was going to say, like my list, bro.
Oh, my God, deleted.
Looks like a good list, homie.
All right, we'll start with Trey's anyways while we're doing this. All right, so Trey, you're up first. Let me get that banner out of the way. Oh, God. All right, Trey's list: Cooper Kupp, Deebo Samuel, Devontae Adams 3, Tyreek Hill 4, DeAndre Hopkins 5, Jamar Chase 6, Justin Jefferson 7, Keenan Allen 8, Stephon Diggs 9, and DK Metcalf 10. Trey, how are you feeling, first of all, on that first side right there? Like, what made you not put a guy like Devontae Adams, who is shown to be the number one guy? Why did he fall all the way to 3 in your eyes?
Bro, first off, Cooper Kupp had one of the most illest years ever, first off. They didn't really lose any key components, technically. I mean, they lost people, but whatever. Plus, the Deebo Samuel usage, bro, is ridiculous. There's no way. Now, Devontae is a stud. That's why I put him at 3. There is no way the Deebo Samuel usage should be above him, though. The kid gets too many stats, bro. It's a wrap.
All right, and then on duo side, you have Adams and Hunter Renfrow, your best duo. Chase and Higgins, 2. 3, Evans Godwin. 4, DK Tyler Lockett. 5, Judy and Cortland Sutton. I feel like that's a little more of a homer statement. Tyreek Hill, Waddle 6. 7, Allen and Mike Williams. 8, Jefferson and Adam Thielen. 9, Cooper Kupp and Robinson. 10, Terry McLaurin and Curtis Samuel. Anybody got any complaints of what you see on Trey's list?
Come on, bring it on, baby.
Well, you misspelled Cooper. Nah, I'm joking.
Oh, I was like, for real? I ain't gonna lie. Look.
You didn't even write that.
Stephon Diggs, I think, should be a little bit more higher.
I think
on the individuals
on the individual ones, I'm questioning the Justin Jefferson. The Diggs.
Diggs. I think Diggs is one of the best route runners in the NFL. Him and Keenan.
I could accept that change.
And then like Jamar Chase, he just to me. I mean, he is a home run guy, but he still hasn't really done the routes like how Stephon Diggs and Keenan Allen. Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase are a lot faster than those guys. But the way Stephon Diggs and Keenan Allen get separation is by route running.
Oh, for sure.
And I think that's what makes a good receiver. Cooper Kupp is also a good route runner. He doesn't beat you. He has speed, but he just doesn't have that.
I think, in my opinion, Cooper and Robinson should be higher. Ooh, I thought Robinson brought Cooper down a lot.
No,
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think
no,
because Robinson. If you look at the quarterbacks he's played with, he's always put.
And maybe I should have put that into a little more perspective too, because I guess in my mindset I've seen who he's played with, obviously, and it is a little crazy. But I think in my thought process, the momentum that Jamar Chase had, even when he was having an off game, he still killed it. You know what I mean? So like, I hope he doesn't have like that slump season. He could easily. Who knows? But just the momentum he had carrying into it, bro, he was unstoppable, unguardable, essentially.
So Jazz says Cooper Kupp and Robinson should be higher. He also says Deebo is too high.
I agree with that one,
bro.
I
agree with that one.
How?
I agree. No, I agree. I also agree.
But how his usage is just stupid.
So the usage was just 1 year. He's been hurt. He's been hurt the other times.
Bro, think about what he did last year. And he just signed a big contract now. Obviously, they're either way.
So you have Lance now. He's not going to play with Jimmy anymore. So Lance he's a mobile quarterback. Training camp has been catching and like getting a lot of looks at Ayuk. He's going to be jumping the ball like Kittle. And Deebo's probably not going to be used as a running back. Like, it's one of those. I don't think that's. I think he had a great year last year, and there was a lot of doubters on Deebo. But I think if you ask me picking over like the list, I think Deebo is I think Diggs is better than Debo. I think Jefferson's better than Debo. Yep.
Dirty girl.
I
Stop
actually
it.
tend to agree. Jazz had a comment said, "Bro, Robinson's a fucking baller. Both will finish top 15 wide receivers." Here's my argument as to why they won't be, and a lot of it has to do with how the production went with Matthew Stafford. So when he came in, he get 1,900 yards to Cooper Kupp. That's insane. We haven't seen that in a good minute. But in the 9 games that Robert Woods played, he only got to 900. Now, of course, he would have maybe reached, or actually, no, he reached like 500. Let me pull up the stats actually. Sorry, guys, it's on me. But anyways, he didn't reach. He struggled. He 556.
Yeah,
in
you
9
can
games.
definitely tell Coop was number one for sure. Like,
So Coop number 1. So, and maybe it was more once OBJ arrived and Woods was hurt, but OBJ's numbers weren't also that spectacular. He got a lot more touchdown opportunities, more plays, but I'm not seeing the wide receiver 2 in Rams, unless things change this season, to be much different to how it was last year. Because Art can argue. I think Art had Robert Woods as for fantasy, and he wasn't pulling up numbers like he normally would under like Jared Goff, who would 50-50 for both guys. Matthew Stafford obviously found a connection with Cooper Kupp. It was fantastic. A triple crown wide receiver. Deservingly should have been MVP, in my opinion, of the NFL last year, and he was Super Bowl MVP, which could have been argued if OBJ had been healthy that game, he might have been the Super Bowl MVP. Jazz has one more comment as well. Debo is a beast with the ball, but he is nowhere near the route runner as the other guys.
Yeah, but see, for me right there, like I'm not classifying it just as a route runner. I'm classifying it overall stats. So as a receiver, now I still consider the receiver. I guess in my mindset, mind you, I'm thinking fantasy as well. Like when you play fantasy football and you have somebody like Debo or somebody like Tyreek Hill, you think about, okay, they still get those rushing yards. They still get those rushing TDs. Even though it's not a receiver stat, it's still that receiver producing. So in my mind, yeah, he may not be the better route runner, but the dude's usage amplifies him enough to be above these guys because he gets – like I don't even know what the percentage was, but, dude, the percentage to Debo compared to everybody else had to be like way above. Like it had to be.
No, it's crazy, man, because he gets used the similar way that Adams was going to get used with the Packers. It was the jet sweep. It was the grab and go. But it was –
that's why I have him so high, because his usage amplifies him so much to where he gets so many different – you know what I mean?
Okay, so with Debo, like the main thing too, a lot of it is and it's been an issue for Sanford, is that they've been injury prone.
Oh, 100%. Bro.
The running backs, the Kittle.
Yeah, all of them, dude. They're all injury prone.
And a lot of the playmaking ways, even though his numbers probably prove a little different, the way they treated Ayuk, who was a better wide receiver, they didn't do anything with him last year. So that's what allowed Debo to go off.
Yeah.
So I think Ayuk now will have a better opportunity. I think Trey Lance will probably see things a little more differently than Jimmy G. I also think maybe sometimes Jimmy G was a little gun-shy, even though he has led his teams to the NFC championships. I think Trey Lance is going to, try a little more, probably a little more risk taker.
Well, what Trey Lance kind of reminds me of is kind of like a Colin Kaepernick, right? He's athletic, he's mobile, he can make plays off the run. I hope he doesn't do on the run as much as Colin Kaepernick. Because I think if Colin would have stayed a little bit more pocket type and had mobile when he needed to, he'd have been a better quarterback personally. But I think Trey Lance has that ability.
And then Jess says, okay, going off just stats, I'll give you that.
So, that's what I'm basing mine off of.
I mean, also at the same time, too, like I don't want to just like hang on to last year's stats because obviously things change over the summer during the offseason draft. Everything makes things different. So Trey, what a good list to start. Obviously, we weren't going to start with yours, but hey, it got conversation going, baby. That's all that matters. So we're going to go ahead and move on. We'll go back to now my list now that it's uploaded again and not deleted. I don't know what happened.
But just kind of jumping back to the Allen Robinson, dude. Like I know you were explaining about Woods, and we've had this talked about who was a 1 and who was a 2. Woods was the 1. Cooper Kupp was the 2. In that offense.
Not last year. No.
Like starting last year, it like took the complete opposite of it, just because of how Kupp was performing because of the knee injury and coming back and kind of getting into it and getting a better QB overall.
Okay.
I think Allen Robinson helps out Cooper Kupp a lot more, and I think Allen Robinson is better than Woods though, The only reason why he didn't put numbers last year, man, he tanked. It was all.
Oh, and that's why
Allen
I'm not going
Robinson won it
off
out,
his
like-
numbers. That's why I'm not going
Yeah.
off his numbers.
like
Because obviously, if you're going to Allen Robinson's numbers, it's not going to be spectacular because of how Chicago treated him.
Yeah.
it was a
But
it was
I'm
a
not going to.
BS move,
I'm
man.
not basing off of his numbers. I'm basing off of how Matthew Stafford, how Sean McVay looked at it, and they were focusing more on Cooper Kupp way before Robert Woods got hurt. So that's what I'm more basing off of.
Oh,
But-
They have
by the
breakfast
way,
with Cup.
By the way, if OBJ was still signed with the Rams, he would be much higher on my list as well. I think more than Allen Robinson.
Up in OBJ,
They might be number one. They might.
It'd be a different
So-
ballgame for sure for me.
So,
I'd probably have him in top 5.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with my list now. Trying to get things back in a little bit of order. So on my individual side, I got D. Adams, Cooper Kupp, Justin Jefferson 3, DeAndre Hopkins, Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase, Stephon Diggs, Deebo Samuel, Mike Evans, Keenan Allen. For the duos, Evans and Godwin, Hill and Waddle, Adams and Renfro, Allen and Williams, Kupp and Robinson, Jefferson, Thielen, Metcalf, Lockett, Chase and Higgins, Debo and Ayuk, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. What?
Where's
What
Judy
you got
and
to
Sutton?
say? Huh? Yo,
Where's
you want to know
Judy
what?
and Sutton?
They have done nothing for me yet. They've asked, bro, talk to me when they both hit over 1,000 yards a season. They have yet to sniff that.
Bro, they've both been injury prone and had no quarterback.
So why should I trust that they're better than any of the
Because of
on
who
this
their
list?
quarterback is.
That don't mean nothing to me. Show me something. Show me a full year of something. If you're injury prone, even more of a reason you're not going to be on my
Okay,
list.
so then my argument there is, why do you have Allen Robinson so high since he hasn't shown you anything for the past few seasons?
Because Cooper Kupp is going to bring his ass up. That's why. That's why. You ain't going to. First of all, Allen Robinson's issues were not that he's hurt. It was more because he played in Chicago. That's more his issues. But if you're talking to me for Judy, who's been hurt, if you're talking to me for Cortland Sutton, who's been hurt, yes, I agree. They're getting an elevation in QB. Awesome. I love it. Show me what you got first. Judy in his first 2 years has not even touched, 900 yards.
Yeah.
Last year, I think he was 500. A lot of it missed games, but they're not. You put them at 5. I was like, no, they have nothing. AJ Brown is a top talent. He and Devontae Smith will be nice. That's why they're at 10. But everyone else above it, a lot of it is proven commodity. Evans and Godwin are the best duos, in my opinion, still, because they still, even before Brady was there, they were getting 1,000 yards together regardless. Jazz has some comments right now, but Sutton and Judy doesn't have stats.
Hey, you shut your mouth, Jazz.
Trey!
You shut your mouth. Yeah, you shut your mouth when you're talking to me. I know they don't have the stats, but it's also coming into the year, bruh. That's what I'm thinking.
Like,
Thinking they're gonna be
man,
top 5.
the way that this is going, I looked at this list way differently than I think y'all both looked at it.
How did you look at the
I looked at it going into this coming year with just looking into this year
Yeah,
with the
and
new
that's what I'm
QB and
doing
everything.
That's what I'm saying.
But
That's what I'm doing
Judy
too.
and Sutton have a better QB than what they've had.
Exactly.
That's
But that doesn't mean them as individual players have done anything prior to that.
But that's what I'm saying. Coming
If
in,
they're always hurt, are they going to be a top 10 team? If they're hurt again.
Let's say, why you gotta hurt me like this, bro?
Look, bro, I'm using the Clyde Edwards-Helaire logic on these fools the same way we did to him badly last week, right? The same logic. You have to
then why do you
show
have
up to
Hopkins
play.
so high up then? He's not going to play for 6 games. Going into the season, I don't think he's going to be a top 4 receiver.
Hey, he's just a top talent. I mean, once he gets there, he's gonna rocket ship no matter what. He's the reason why Cardinals were even a threat, because before that they were not a threat.
Oh, for sure. I mean, they were a threat to an extent. Like, you got to give Fitzy credit, bro. Fitzy's been the GOAT, the backbone, whatever you want
Fitzy
to
wasn't
call
there
it.
last year.
No, but I'm saying in the past years.
Yeah.
But
obviously.
yes, I agree. I think when Hopkins went to them, they definitely elevated their game a lot.
Right, and what happened as soon as he got hurt? Cardinals went downhill. The ship
No,
sank.
I agree to that. I definitely agree to that.
And Jazz has another comment. He says, I love Brown and Smith on here. Smith had a legit rookie year, just overshadowed by Chase and Jefferson. having stupid years as rookies. Yeah,
Yeah,
Jefferson
I agree to that, bro.
last year was his sophomore year, and he just fucking went nuts again.
Well, Chase's fucking rookie year was just like
Crazy.
ridiculous, like just stupid.
Yeah. So
Who does it? And ironically, at the beginning of the year, everybody made fun of him because he's like, "Oh, the ball's bigger, and I'm not going to be able to catch it, and this, that, and the other." And then the dude just goes off, and you're like, "Wait, what did you just do?" So I do like the Brown and Smith combo. I don't know. I didn't put him. I think I put him a little lower, just slightly, but I do like the combo.
I mean, it's just crazy. So I mean, was there anything else on my list that y'all were like looking at? I was like, ugh.
Hold up one more time. Let me see it. The only one I somewhat have an issue with is just Jefferson and Thielen being 6. I'd have put them just a little bit lower. Just because Thielen's been on the downhill, in my opinion. That's just my opinion.
So I mean, I think I agree. Like last year's stats for Thielen, you pull it up. He only got about 726, but he also got over 60, or 90 reception opportunities, and he caught like 76 of them.
Yeah.
So he's still heavily targeted. It's not like the Vikings have been drafting his successor outside of Jefferson. So it's really tough for like me to say, like, as far as like duels wise and threat wise.
I think Jamar Chase and T. Higgins should be higher than DK and Justin Jefferson and Thielen.
I would probably agree that over DK. I think it's more because
Jefferson
of how Jefferson is crazy.
No,
but it's a proven commodity for me. That's why.
And see, that's another reason this setup is so complicated, because there's so many arguments for both sides on different scenarios. Because you can say, oh, well, Justin Jefferson's easily in the top 5 or whatever, but then you add a Thielen who is a little bit lower, maybe 20s, 30s, whatever, and it drags him down. So now you're like, well, why do you have Justin Jefferson so low? It's like, well, dude, he's got Thielen on his backside, and it's not. Like that's why we agreed to do the duo combo. It's kind of cool.
That might be a good combo just with the switch of offense coordinator. Since it's going to be a little bit more of a passing regimen.
It could
was.
And that's why I have him up there.
I could see that one going. I just don't know if DK and Lockett are going to be that high up. I mean, I can see them being that high up if Jimmy goes into Seattle.
They had Drew, or they have Drew, or what's his face now?
They might get Jimmy G. You never know.
Touche.
Jazz says Chase and Higgins top 6 at least.
Yep.
So I mean, you're right. Like I said, also it's just 1 year. Hopefully, getting Jamar Chase doesn't decline Higgins. Obviously, all 3 receivers for the Bengals were like 1,000-yard threats the whole way. It was freaking just insane.
And with the upgrade at the line, that's gonna be he's gonna have a little bit more time to throw the ball down.
You're also giving with the upgrade at the line, you're also giving Joe Mixon a chance to
dude, exactly. Good. So much, dude.
And so he also says, I love the setup for duos, lots of fun. I agree, Jazz.
No,
I agree.
For sure. We talked about it after last podcast, and that was the outcome, man. It was just it's more intense to think about.
Imagine if we had said running backs duos last week instead. Oh.
Actually, that would be kind of insane too. But that'd be a lot.
Chubb and Hunt would be number 1.
Story.
I don't know, man. I could go with Jones and Dylan at 1 also.
Ooh. See? Okay, that's another time. That's
that's a good one though.
No, I'm not going to put that. I would no, because
I could argue those two though.
I'll just gonna say right now, they dragged the Browns to the playoffs. Let's just go like that's it. Like they got Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, Gino or Drew. Yeah. See, and that's my point is I don't know if DK. Don't get me wrong. DK and Lockett with like Russ studs. End of story. Yeah. I just don't know how Smith or Locke are gonna do. So who knows?
And he goes, bro, what about just the offense together?
Oof.
We don't got time for that. That'd be a 2 or 3 hour episode. We don't got time to evaluate everybody.
Yeah, that's a big list, bro. That'd be interesting.
Right. Let's move on to Alex's list. Let's go ahead and get on to his before we start more controversy. All right, so Alex, number 1, Adams, 2, Debo, 3, Cup, 4, Hill, 5, Evans, 6, Allen, 7, Diggs, 8, Jefferson, 9, Chase, 10, DK. Why is Justin Jefferson so low for you guys? I don't understand.
The fact that like he was super close at getting wide receiver 1 over Cooper Kupp. last
Hold on,
year.
I want to hear this man tell me, Alex, why is Justin Jefferson a stud who's been killing it his first 2 years and is going to be probably top 3 overall, like coming up soon? What is going on your list? I want to know.
To me, Justin Jefferson hasn't or mastered the route tree like how these other guys have. He's a 9 route guy. I mean, he blows the top off all the defenses. But you can't tell me he's a better receiver than Stephon Diggs. You can't, because Stephon Diggs is a way better route runner than Justin Jefferson. And to me, in my eyes, a receiver 1 is always going to be which guy could get open the most. I know Justin Jefferson could get open, but that's just with the speed. And eventually speed's gonna go away. He's one injury away from one ankle from like
if he gets hurt, if it's not guaranteed that it's gonna happen. Bro, we're talking about a guy that got over 1,600 yards last year alone on just catches. Y'all are putting him at 8. Y'all are driving me loco.
If we're talking route running, we just talked about Devo, dude. He doesn't really run too much of the route running. He does more of the running back. So shouldn't he be lower then?
No, I like Devo because Devo, to me, he creates more separation than Justin Jefferson. And the way they use Devo Samuel,
I don't know, man.
Devo does.
See, I agree. I don't think Evans should be that high, and I agree Devo shouldn't be higher than Kupp, but I think Devo should still be up.
Devo is fine, like if you want to put him top 5, but he can't be above Kupp. He can't, like to me, he can't be above Kupp.
He can't be
Jefferson
above
or Adams.
But if we're talking separation, though, Hill separation off the line is better than Devo's.
Cheetah, woo!
But look at Devo, the offense he's in, the offensive scheme he's in, it's a run heavy offense. And Devo still manages to put up numbers, not only and of course they use him at running back, but he still puts up numbers at receiving.
Josh says Jefferson and Diggs are equals on the routes. I promise. Go watch the tape, and his contested catch rate is insane.
Jefferson and Diggs are almost the same person, man. They were both utilizing the Vikings the same way.
I don't mind if you have Jefferson sometimes maybe lower, like but not 8, bro. Like he's top 5 right now. Like he's beasting right now with Kirk Cousins, bro. We're talking about Captain Kirk, as some people might call him. It's like, come on, like imagine you had Tom Brady, bro. He 2K right there.
Oh snap! Here we go.
Shit
on Kirk again. Here we go, man.
He's better than Mike Evans.
Wait, who?
Who?
That's Jefferson.
Jefferson.
I say right now,
Jefferson better than Evans? Yeah.
Right now, yes.
I say right now, yeah.
I don't think so.
Now, don't get me wrong.
Well, obviously you put him at 5. You put Evans at 5. Obviously you don't think so.
As an overall athlete, no. I'd say Mike.
Evans is
now, besides those injuries and all that stuff, Mike is a monster. But Jefferson, the last few years have been stupid.
He's only 2 years in, man, and he's already gone stupid twice.
Yeah. And everybody thought that he was going to have a slump and this, that, and the other.
He proved everyone wrong, though.
Yeah. The kid is cold, bro.
Again, with Kirk. And what's wrong with bashing on
First
Kirk?
off, hold on, bro. Why are we bashing Kirk, B?
Because it's Kirk.
Kirk Cousins.
It's Kirk.
Captain Kirk.
Overrated.
He's top 5 easily. He should easily be in everybody's top 5 no matter what you freaking do. There ain't no way he's not.
You say Kirk is top 5? You
went no, Debo. I was commenting on what Jazz said. Debo said Debo top 5.
Oh, I thought you said Kirk. I was like, hold on. You going from 10 on Kirk to 5?
No.
I was like, he also has top 5 for Jefferson, and he also says Jefferson over Evans. And here we go, another one. And Evans did something crazy with his consecutive years of 1K yards. Exactly. Phenomenal. It's true. And that's why Evans is on my top 10 list as well.
Yeah.
He's freaking amazing.
And look at the quarterbacks he's played with before Tom Brady.
Jameis Winston. Who was before
30 for 30.
What's his name? Fitzmagic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, don't hate on Fitzy, bro.
Shut up, man. He retired. You don't have to kiss his butt.
Because they couldn't beat Miami when he was with them, bro. Get out of here with that Patriot.
Patriots can't beat Miami in Miami no matter what.
Man.
Hey, that's why I bet on them last year and I won because I knew there'd be at least one game with the Patriots. Or no, 2 years ago.
All right, go back to his list and the duos though. Because I saw some interesting things there, and I'm like,
Okay, yeah, we're gonna go back to his list because we haven't even touched his duos. That's how crazy it is. All right, what do you got, Art? Is it the Hollywood Brown combo? Because I don't blame you if that's the one you want to go with. No,
Huh?
The one that I'm like, what the heck? Why do you have Hill and Waddle at 1 over?
I'm not. No. I don't even mind that he put him there. Hell no. That's 2 wide receiver ones.
Yes.
That's 2 wide receiver ones, proven ones, and ones are going into the sophomore year, and now he's gonna have Hill taking the double teams.
Okay, I like the Hill Waddle combo being high, but
not that high, not at 1.
I'd say, I'm sorry, in my opinion, Adams and Renfro combo, bro, is disgusting. End of story. You have one of the best receivers to ever play the game with a decent quarterback at Derek Carr and Hunter Renfro, who has had a massive few years. Like, let's be realistic.
Right, but Hunter Renfro's massive years, do you really say you would put that over a Jalen Waddle rookie year?
No, don't get me wrong. Waddle's
like
cool.
The potential, like we're talking about, like these are duos. Like if you're telling me Adams is better than Hill, I agree with you. If you tell me Renfro is better than Waddle, I disagree with you. And I think the consensus with Hill and Waddle is better. I think that's why I have them at 2, but only behind Evans and Godwin, who, like I said, have been a proven fact. But I don't hate that. But the potential of it, number 1. Real quick, Jazz said, "Don't hate on Fitz. He's a football player."
Exactly, bro. Hey, bring up the screen of our faces.
Hold on.
Yeah, one more time. Say it. He is a football player, bro. Let's go.
He is a journeyman.
You said Jersey man because he does have a lot of
journeyman. Yeah, he does have a lot of jerseys. He's a. You know how Shaq had the rainbow colors of jerseys? Yeah. That's what.
Hey, 50 is, bro. Let's go. But no.
Also,
go ahead.
Jazz also says, bro, Waddle had a fantastic year as well, and once again overshadowed by Chase.
I agree. He
Jefferson.
did have a cold year. I don't
know. With Tua.
No, he had a great year, but he was.
They have Gesicki. Come on, get out of here with that shit.
I'm just saying, bro. Like he's gonna. You know how we praise AB and Juju together? How Juju was looking great with AB on the other side. That's what this is now with Hill.
It could be. It could. It definitely could. And there's a lot of speed on that field. It's scary. I'm not gonna lie. They could be nasty together. But
their offensive line sucks.
Tyreek Hill with Patrick, Tyreek Hill with Tua. I know. You know what I mean?
And no line. They got no line.
That's what I'm saying. I don't see it going as good as the Devontae Adams Hunter and Pro combo, in my opinion.
He also says Lamb and Gallup too high. Lamb will be amazing. I agree. Lamb is good. Bit of a Butterfinger man, but Gallup.
I think that what brought me up on them too is the way CD Lamb's really good.
He's Butterfingers though. That's a little thing. Like for me, like I don't. That's why he's not on my top 10 individuals because he dropped so many passes last year that were so easy for him. Like. Cowboys probably beat the Niners in the playoffs, so they don't have to run that stupid play at the end of the game. Things happen, so he says absolutely. Jess says absolutely not. Waddle did it by himself first. Juju couldn't do it by himself. Hey, that's true.
You're not wrong about that at all.
So I mean,
not wrong about that at all.
Crazy numbers.
So Waddle with Tua put up crazy numbers. I mean, it's not crazy to think that with Hill on his side, taking the double teams away from him. Could do the same thing. So, guys, I'm having fun. This fucking list.
Yeah, this list is insane, bro. It's really fun, actually.
So back and forth has been amazing. All right, now we're gonna go finally with Art's list. Art, I'm gonna tell you right now, I hated your fucking list. At least the top 10 like individuals. Like you reaching. But all right, let's go.
I'm not gonna lie, individual your list.
Individual Jefferson, Cubb, Adams, Chase, Allen, Diggs, Hill, Lamb, Evans, and Judy. You put Judy.
Okay. I'm a Broncos fan, and that's a wonky list, bro. That is a wonky list.
Now look at the duos: 1, Chase and Higgins; 2, Judy and Sutton.
Ooh.
No.
Again, I'm a Broncos fan, and that's a little high for me.
3, Jefferson and Thielen; 4, Kupp and Robinson; 5, Adams Renfro; 6, Allen Williams; 7, Evans and Godwin; 8, Brown and Smith; 9, Hill and Waddle; 10, Diggs and Davis. What?
Yeah, you're
What
listening
is-
everywhere, bro. I ain't gonna lie about that one.
What's with this Jerry Judy fascination? Done nothing. Go, Art.
So the only reason I'm going is the upgraded quarterback, man. Judy's great. He was awesome in college, man. Yes, he has not shown it. Has not had a quarterback, man. And I think this year he's gonna surprise a lot of people on that. That's the only reason why I have him that high.
Dude,
and I know he's saying he can be there, man, but I think he's up there.
At
He's
the
gonna
end
get
of
up
the
there.
year, end of the year, Jerry Judy can be on here. I mean, but I'm saying Jerry Judy is a good football player. He's a good receiver.
And yeah, I agree. He's a good football player. He ain't better. He at least individual wise, he ain't even 15 on my list. Like, and on duos, hell no, not even like 2.
The reason why I have him at 2 is because of the upgrade quarterback and what Russell was able to do with Metcalf and
bro. Matthew Stafford's a better quarterback, and you put his 2 duos right below them.
Yep, because I don't think Allen Robinson is going to have that great of a season starting wise, though.
So let me ask you this. You had Justin Herbert number 2 overall on your quarterback list. You put his guys at 6. What's up with that one?
Keenan Allen, man. I think there's going to be a regression in Keenan Allen. Mike Williams is really injury prone, man.
No. Trey, you got any thoughts? You're the Bronco fan? Trey left. He's gone completely. I don't think he meant to click out the link completely. I think he just meant to turn off this cam. He left completely. Jazz says swap 9 and 2 on duos. I agree. At least, I mean, they're not top 5. They're not even top 2. They're not top 2. And then he's also going to put he's scared when he goes over the middle. Hey, alligator arms it. Alex, what are your thoughts on this since Trey disappeared?
Well, Jerry Judy and Courtland Sutton can be in the top 10. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't be, but right now it's kind of hard. I did put them in 10 because, I mean, what the potential is there in Denver, that's the way I'm basing it on what potential, but I can't, I mean, I don't see why they can't be on the top 10 list. I know a lot of people are saying that they haven't shown a lot, but the potential is there.
Potential's there, right? There's always potential, but like to immediately draw them at 2 is where it baffles me. Like, especially against proven commodity. Like, that's tough part. Especially, like I said, they could arguably be 2 good wide receiver ones. They've had shitty, quarterbacks, Teddy No Legs and Drew Swag. But, like, come on, man. Like, that nowhere near better than Hill and Waddle, Kupp and Robinson.
So
Adams
I do think they're better than Hill and Waddle, man. And I said that. The Miami does not have a line, man. And Hill, yes, but Hill was with Mahomes. Now he's with Tua. Jalen Waddle, we didn't see anything from him until half of the season after. He was hurt at the first, and then he started playing. They don't have the line to keep Tua in the pocket for him to be able to throw the balls as deep as he's been throwing them on training camp. And then over Devontae Adams, man, like Devontae Adams is great, but you also have Darren Waller, you have Hunter Renfrow, and it's a new regimen for him to start up. Like, I think Devontae Adams is going to have a regression. I like him as a wide receiver whenever he was with Rodgers, but Carr is not the same as Rodgers, man.
Oh, regression, my guy?
Wait. Devontae Adams said he's going to a Hall of Famer to a Hall of Famer.
Okay, well, we're not going to go there.
For that same reason, man.
But regression, my guy? Oh, regression?
I think he may have a little bit of a regression at the beginning of the year, man.
Okay. So,
like, I don't think he's going to end up.
So
too
maybe
high,
maybe you agree with him. I don't know, but like Packers were like almost like 45, 55 pass and run, right? Like they run a lot, they pass a lot as well. But we just discussed last week that the Raiders are more pass heavy than they are run. So Josh Jacobs is not, and we're talking about Darren Waller, he had a regression last year. He was dropping passes. He wasn't winning his 50-50 balls. Now you're telling me that arguably the best wide receiver today is gonna drop. He's gonna regress. And I
have a feeling, man, that he's gonna.
And you were giving him props. You were giving Hunter Renfrow props. And again, Judy and Cortland is not there. They're not there. 2? Nah, they're not there.
I think they're gonna surprise a lot of people, man. And my list was shooting out, and I think that would be the best case scenario on the sense of like, hey, like that would be great in the sense of like that happening. That's gonna shock a lot of people though. Like I'm not gonna keep it safe, man. You know I don't keep my list safe.
That boy crazy.
How about everybody's top 10 and nobody put I know a lot of Cowboys are gonna hate or ex-Cow or what's the name? Amari Cooper is nowhere in nobody's top 10.
But
and
Donovan Peoples-Jones ain't the
and no, but I'm saying individually. And,
he ain't it.
No,
Cooper.
Look at the top
Cooper's
10
great.
list.
No, Cooper is great, and
he is a good. I think
But
He's good, but
he
look at
just
the top
went
10
into
list, bro.
Yeah, he just went into plays where they're just gonna run the ball without Deshaun Watson, man.
Ain't no
Like-
way, bro. Ain't no way he's in top 10.
Look,
He
Cooper
better
Kupp
not.
Cooper Kupp's a nice player. He's also because of big for his size. Like he wins 50-50s very well. But come on, man. Like the dude has shown almost no heart the last couple of years. Like, bro, we're talking about who got like one catch against New England in 2019 and has like since like just been like blah 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 blah. He just let CD take over, bro. He just let CD take wide receiver one and become everyone's favorite. It had nothing to do with just because he was a rookie they drafted. He just let him take over his spot. Like you don't get to, people fight for their positions. People fight for their positions so they don't lose. Like Tom Brady would say. Tom Brady says, "I'm not going to help this kid, to get better." And quarterbacks say that all the time. Amari just let it happen. He just laid there. It's like, fuck me. Just like, come on, man. Like, nah, like. Amari
he definitely did. He definitely did just like give in. So I don't know about that.
Okay, so Trey, I'm gonna have you answer this. How Jazz says, how about this? Are Judy and Sutton better than DK and Lockett?
Are we talking about right here and right now?
Right here, right now.
Yes.
With the new QB.
Because of the new QB. It's exact. Now, if you're telling me in general as a combo.
Okay, no. So they both have Russ.
If they both have Russ,
and you're saying Madden, both have Russ. Who's who?
DK.
I'm sorry. First off,
DK
is a monster, but Lockett alone scares the shit out of me.
You know what? We'll do that too. We'll take off injuries.
No injuries.
No injuries? I'm sorry. I'm probably still going with DK and Lockett. Lockett is a fucking monster, dude. Monster. Now, if you're talking about current,
Metcalf
all
is the
day, Jerry, Judy, and Sutton all day. But if you're talking about no injuries and both have Russ, I'm taking DK and Lockett. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm saying that as a Broncos fan. Dog, DK is cool, but Lockett is a fucking beast.
Lockett okay. So now he goes without QBs, without them. And then neither of them have Russ. Who's the better duo?
No injuries, no nothing.
Yeah, I'm still saying DK and Lockett.
It's I mean, Sutton.
They both have Drew Lock. They both have Drew Lock. Just
Sutton
so
is great.
That question's for Art then, because he said they should not be at 2.
But Lockett and DK overall, man.
Over
injuries,
over
no
Sutton
nothing.
and Judy.
Like I'm saying but over everything. No injuries, no nothing, no QB, no nothing. Just overall.
Yeah.
Man, I'm still gonna go with DK and Lockett on that.
So why do you have Judy and Sutton?
Yes,
because of the QB. That's why I have them. Because as of right now,
I
have them as a QB.
The quarterback they have, and I get that. And this is coming from a Broncos fan. I still could not put them at 2. I would put. You saw they're in my top 10 easily.
Yep.
But I could not put them at 2 either.
We'll bring up Trey's list real quick.
The other reason why I put them like that, it's yes, I know.
You see, they're there. They're top 5. They're there. I agree. I think they can easily be top 5 due to their quarterback.
I don't know. They're better than Allen and Williams with Justin Herbert. I don't think that.
To be completely serious, the only reason I put them above Allen and Williams is the fact that Russ is more of a veteran. Now, don't get me wrong. I think Herbert is going to have a massive, massive year. I really, really do. But I think in my mind, doing this list, Russ is his veteranness is going to be – he's going to elevate these two guys to be ridiculously good compared to what they were.
So let me ask you this, because you have them at 9. Matthew Stafford also has the history. He's also a great quarterback.
I just don't like – I don't know.
You put him at 9.
Robinson, to me, yes, he was in Chicago. I understand that, but I don't think he's as.
And we'll go back to Art's list real quick.
He brought cup down for me.
How about some sleeper?
I mean, and you put Chase and Higgins at 1. I'm not even mad at that, but at the same time, I don't know if they are the guys.
I'm not
right
mad
now.
at that, but why?
But why? I'm not mad. You won't hear me go crazy, but why? Yeah, why is Chase and Higgins 1?
Just the numbers that they both put last year, man.
I agree to that though. They did have
Like,
stupid ass numbers.
Yeah.
Just as a overall, like, I mean, if we're thinking fantasy though, like the fact that you had 2 wide receivers in the top 15 for multiple weeks, man, and almost top 10, like they broke the top 10. Now you're upgrading, like I said, you're upgrading the line. Like you're giving more time for Burrow to throw the ball out. So that's why I have him at 1. That's the reason.
Technically, he's not really that wrong.
No,
they technically should have gone to the Super Bowl if it wasn't for some bullshit. And they had a shitty ass line that put Burrow on the ground how many fucking times?
That shitty line beat the Tennessee Titans. They beat the Kansas City Chiefs.
Exactly.
And they narrowly defeated the Los Angeles Rams. So
they should have easily beat the Rams too because he was offsides, but whatever. That's besides the point.
Okay, I won't say easily beat them. I won't.
No.
It was a good game though. Like,
but again, the line definitely, like them upgrading that it could be huge for those guys.
And like I said, just going back to the Judy part, man, like the Broncos line isn't that bad. Like even Trey said, Javonte and Melvin Gordon are going to have a year. So
but that's another thing too, is that Javonte and Gordon, I know you have them high together like as a duo probably themselves, but like with Javonte is going to get a lot more opportunity as well. He's going to be the workhorse, and he's going to be going like more of like maybe how Seattle was the beginning of their Legion of Boom days. I don't see Russ taking the risk all the time to throwing it to Judy and them. Like I think they may have a chance to go 800 or 900, but with Williams there, and there's been a lot of talks about their tight end, even though he's not Noah Fant, he's rising up on their ranks slowly. I think they're not gonna. Maybe one of them might. I don't think they're both gonna reach 900 yards. I think Javonte is gonna have a huge breakout sophomore year for himself right now.
I was just saying that, and I know I'm being optimistic and everything, but I think Russ is gonna have a Matt Stafford season. Like he's gonna go out there and play. Like he has to,
and that could
just prove it. It's just prove it or make it year also. Like yes, you're switching scenery. So that's why I'm putting them that high, just because we saw them playing last year. Sutton was good after his injury. Judy was good, and then he got hurt. So I'm saying, okay, they're both healthy this season with a prove it or make it Russell Wilson, a better line, and then you have 2 reliable running backs. Like you're gonna open that field up, giving them the opportunity to score more and get passes down the road. Apart from Hill and Waddle,
I could agree with that.
I don't have my faith on Hill and Waddle, man. Like it's hard for me to see them going anywhere.
So my argument real quick, because we've already like hit an hour and we have not even touched our freaking like full rankings yet. Okay, so like how you said, Waddle and Hill don't have an O-line. I'm not saying Tua's at the level of Joe Burrow, but even without the O-line last year, Waddle still hit some big numbers. Cheetah, we discussed with Coach McDaniels, he's going to not be just a wide receiver weapon. He's probably going to be a running back weapon as well. So he's going to be a huge dual threat.
Could easily be a double threat, yeah.
And and that will lift away a lot of the suffering from the O-line side of things. So that's why I have Hill and Waddle high. I also believe, like I said, like their offense is just that. So I think we're good now, guys. I think we should leave it at that. I mean,
there's so many different ways to go. So this is going literally all night.
If there was that other person, man, if Jesse was here, we would not have gone through any of these lists.
Oh no.
No. If Jesse was here, we don't start the consensus ranking till 8:30 or however.
Yeah. No, there definitely would be a lot of lag there.
So let's go ahead. Let's get started with the consensus. So because the lists were and we're only doing the consensus for duos, guys, just the duos. So not the individuals, like the top 10 individuals. We did that on our own. That was fun. But this consensus list is going to be for duos. So first up, it's going to be ranks from 25 to 32. So I'm
really intrigued to see this list.
We're going to start from the very bottom of the list. So here we go. I think this is right. All right. 25, Devontae Parker, Jacoby Myers. 26, Robert Woods, Traylon Burks. 27, Darnell Mooney and Byron Pingle. 28, Amon-Ra St. Brown and DJ Shark. 29, Alan Lazard, Christian Watson. 30, Kenny Galladay, Kadarius Toney. 31, Brandon Cooks and Nico Collins. And 32, Drake London and Brian Edwards. Any big debate here on this list, guys?
Yeah, I think Darnell Mooney and Byron Pringle should be higher than Devonta Parker and Jacoby Myers. And I think Alan Lazard and Christian Watson are up there also. I don't think Kenny Galladay and Kadarius Toney should be that high either.
Bro, there's only 2 spots below him.
Exactly.
No, okay.
I think
I don't think Drake London and Brian Edwards should be that high, bro.
I think they should not even be on the list.
Honestly, this list it seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah,
the only one that I have somewhat of a concern with is the Devontae Parker Myers, just because of what I think New England can do. But again, I don't think I'd have put it much higher if I did. I don't even remember. So this list is pretty solid to me.
I'm okay with Parker and Myers, not speaking of as a Pats fan. I'm fine with them being there. Real quick, I have Jazz commenting. He says it's gonna be St. Brown and Williams, not Shark. That very well could be. We know Jameson Williams is gonna be a stud rookie. It just really depends on like how well Jared Goff, how well that dynamic will work, because I'm thinking this is Jared Goff's final year with the Detroit Lions.
And also the list that was put together was not of who was in that list. Because, for example, I know Jose and I had that discussion. I don't think Byron Pringle was the second in Chicago, and there's a bunch of them that are not the second.
It's because a lot of depth charts I was looking at have Pringle at the 2.
Yeah,
and
that's what we're basing all this off of. So there was one that I questioned, but then I looked at it. I want to say it was what's his face from the Browns, and he's actually technically a Super 3.
Mm-hmm.
So
right, Donovan people in Cooper, or is there?
I don't remember. I have to look back at my text and everything.
You gotta remember right now too with the wide receivers in Cleveland, there's not really much going on over there anyway. So, Alex, your thoughts on this list? Outside of after Alex speaks, do y'all want to see where everyone ranked a certain team and stuff like that, like how we did last few weeks?
Thinking of is the one I was thinking of.
Well, I think just like everybody said, Devontae Parker, but I mean he's not. I mean I could see why putting him 25, but I don't think he's
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Even at that, I don't see him being much higher.
Yeah, it's not like.
It's not like oh my god, but
imagine if he was top 20. I think then we'd have a discussion.
Exactly, that would be a little bit more extreme for sure.
And also, no offense, I think Art believes Darnell Mooney and whoever's wide receiver 2 will be better than Parker and Myers. I don't think so, and that more has to do because I don't think Justin Fields' development has skyrocketed enough to say you got to remember what Devontae Parker was when he was healthy, fucking stud, at least 900 yards plus. And that's with shitty, Miami Dolphins quarterbacks, Tyreek Hill, Fitzpatrick, Tua. So
you get Fitzy out of your mouth.
I will never. I will never get him out of my mouth. You dirty slut.
Yeah, you like it.
you sir, you.
So I think Devontae Parker's size, and since they traded N'Keal Harry over to Chicago, since he's a first round bust, I think he'll prove to be a better commodity. Hopefully he's healthy, obviously. It just really depends. I don't know what's going on with Trey. He's leaving the party.
I'm sorry. My computer went crazy, so I had to go to my phone.
Okay. I just think Devontae Parker and Myers is good. Myers has been a low-key good wide receiver.
I could see them being a little higher.
Not wide receiver 1. Now, I also think Traylon Burks probably has a good upside coming out. This is his rookie year as well. So we'll see how that goes. But
he hasn't practiced.
Yeah, a lot of it has to do with his asthma thing and stuff like that. That's a little concern for the Titans and stuff. But that didn't mean he didn't ball out in college, right? Because even in college, what was it? He got over 1,000 yards and he only played 12 games. So that's not bad. I forgot to put up a comment from earlier. I'm gonna put it up for Jazz because I missed it. He said earlier. My boy Art loves that risk, and I am here for it.
Yeah, buddy.
Hell yeah, man.
So
You have to think about it like that. Like anything could happen. Injuries can move
He's
a
not
player
wrong.
up and down.
Yeah.
anything could happen.
I'm looking for upside. I'm not looking to be safe. Hell no. Well, except with other stuff.
I can say
Devontae Parker and Jacoby Myers could be receiver ones this year. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that could happen. Like, and Jacoby Myers is great.
The risk
Jacoby
is
Myers is a good receiver though. It's the only problem with that he had last year, man. He never made it into the end zone.
he made it twice.
But
So
besides,
he made it.
Well, yeah, he
made
made
it.
it. But
You can't say never. I mean, just to be fair, like you can't say never. You know, like
never say never. All right, Justin Bieber.
I mean, if you want to compare stats from last year, like to this year, like what they did, you know, what is it? Myers got 866 yards, and Darnell Mooney, you know, not too bad. He just reached over 1,000. I mean, it's not crazy. I mean, obviously Myers wasn't like the best wide receiver even on the team, you know. So we'll see how it goes. All right, we'll move on to the 17 to 24 list. This is where we might start having a little more controversy. Maybe we'll see.
Let's go.
17, DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson. 18, Michael Thomas, Chris Olave. 19, Cooper and Donovan Peoples-Jones. 20, Juju Smith-Schuster and McCole Hardman. 21, Rashad Bateman, not Behrman. I don't know what the – thanks a lot, autocorrect. And Devin Duvernay. 22, Christian Kirk and Marvin Jones Jr. 23, Michael Pittman and Alec Pierce. And 24, Elijah Moore and Garrett Wilson.
Ooh, I don't like that. Elijah Moore and Garrett Wilson.
Why not? Why don't you like them?
Honestly think they're better than receivers than Juju and Hardman.
Yeah,
Oh, you think they're too low.
and Nicole too high on that. Even though I know who they are, like I don't
And
know.
even Amari Cooper and Peoples Jones, Garrett Wilson and Elijah Moore.
Yeah, so if you
This
want,
Go ahead.
remember this is consensus.
Yeah,
so y'all,
Yeah.
Intriguing because if this is our bottom half, like holy crap, it's about to
all
be.
right. So here I'm gonna say everyone's listings for Elijah Moore and Wilson, and two of y'all to me fucked up, and I think y'all basing it more on the quarterback. I have them at 16. That's me. Okay.
I'm sure I have them low.
Art put them at 31. Alex put them at 19, and Trey put them at 30.
I'm pretty sure I have
Let's
them.
go, Trey.
So you two put Elijah Moore and Garrett Wilson low as hell. Y'all did this. How dare y'all?
You're welcome.
Now, if you want to rank where y'all put Amari Cooper and Donovan Peoples-Jones, I think this is where we all fucked up. I put him at 23. Art put him at 17. I think that's way too high.
Yeah.
Alex put him at 21, and then Trey put him at 19. So that's why they landed where they landed.
Okay, yeah, because I had Garrett Wilson better than
Yeah, so me and you agree that Moore and Wilson were high, but why did y'all put him at the 30s? It has to be Zach Wilson, right? It has to be.
The reason. So also why I made this list like this, dude. I was fucking tired. I was like, I nearly came back, man. I was like, I drove like 4 or 5 hours. So
No, for me, it has to do with everything.
You had 5 days.
Concept, right? Like it is Zach Wilson. Like I don't think. Don't get me wrong. He could do good, but I don't.
Nah,
Zach
for
Wilson,
me, it was the
dude,
same thing.
I like Zach
It was the quarterback play on that.
Why do you like Zach Wilson? Hold on.
because he's a freaking stud. He played at BYU.
He's a mill hunter, bro.
Moms. I thought that's why.
He is a freaking stud.
He's a mill hunter.
Bro. So I mean, we agreed that Elijah Moore and Garrett Wilson would be better than what y'all put him at.
Yeah.
But I don't agree with y'all's listen.
Michael, what's his name? Michael Thomas and
I don't hate that because if you're getting a healthy Michael Thomas, I'm not mad at that.
yes.
And Chris Olave was not. He was really
He was
good
a
stuff.
beast.
He was a good
He was a
receiver.
beast in college.
His separation, it's
Yes.
like that's one thing that he has over a lot of the other wide receivers, though. His separation and route running.
And then Jazz has a comment. He says, "It'll be Pittman and Campbell, Colts fan, bro. You know, I know Pittman. Watch out for that wide receiver 1 year.
Oh, hell
wide
yeah.
receiver 12 on the year in fantasy.
I love Pittman, man. I think he's gonna have a Ridley
Mr.
year.
Matty Ice, bro, and
just needs more help.
ooh, and there's rumors that y'all might get OBJ, bro.
Again, and again, for Jazz and anyone else, it's like the reason I put Pierce is because that's what most websites are putting him at as wide receiver
I'm
too.
just
And
saying, bro, like if they get OBJ too, oh, it's gross.
That's gonna be a good one.
Maddie,
but I think
and OBJ.
he also
but
says
I think Pittman's gonna have a really year though.
Yeah. He also says Elijah and Wilson need to be higher. I agree. So let me ask you this because they're at 22. Why is Kirk and Marvin Jones so high? Especially when we were discussing a lot that Jaguars overpaid for Kirk.
I think. Oh, what I go?
You asking me?
Anybody.
I think Kirk and MJJ can do a little bit of work, bro. Like, again, I think Trevor Lawrence is going to have a really good year this year. I really do. And you got Kirk, who's speedy, and you got Marvin Jones, who's lengthy. You know, I think they could do work. I don't remember what I had him at. I think I had him right around where they're at, right there. So I could see them doing all right.
Man, I'm glad Jazz didn't forget to put that O though. That would have been funny.
Oh my God!
Shut up, like a child.
I love this.
You get after Jay for his stupid shenanigans on fantasy football, and then you come up with that comment. No, so I think for me, and maybe y'all disagree, I think DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson are too high. And a lot of it has to do with Robbie Anderson. I think he's like falling off a cliff.
I can kind of see that. I think I did rank him a little high because of DJ, but I think I was being generous.
Yeah,
Robbie
because like
isn't what he was when he was the only receiver. So
because Robbie Anderson didn't do shit last year.
Yeah.
And so DJ Moore, of course, fantastic. I think he's a fantastic player, good wide receiver one. But like I put him at 26. Art put them at 21. You put him at 15.
Yeah.
And then you try to put him at 13. I'm just like, whoa.
in my mind, it's because of
DJ
Moore and his usage. Now, don't get me wrong, Robbie has fallen off a fucking cliff. But I think in my mind, DJ Moore, plus you have Christian, plus you have Baker now going over there, which I would assume
does not convince me.
Huh?
Did you see that video that they put up where Baker threw a bomb down the middle? Like,
no, I haven't seen that. I just saw that one video though where everybody's shitting on what's his face, and everybody's like Baker, and he was over there like a dick.
So poor Sam.
I know, it's so funny.
Jazz also says Moore was a wide receiver one before he went out on the year. That's true. He said, "Shit, I'll take it without Theo."
I love this guy, man. He's great.
He left at his comment, and then he also says DJ Moore is
exactly.
Dope.
That's why I think I put him high.
I tend to agree, but Robbie Anderson drags him to the bottom, and that team, the Panthers, are not really going to be contenders.
You don't think they're
will
going to work with Baker though? Like they got Baker, they got a healthy Christian, they got DJ.
No, no, not at all. Not at all. No. Hard pass.
I can see it. I can see them doing okay.
Look, I'm looking at you borrow my glasses so you can see better, but it ain't gonna happen for Baker, bro. Like, it's just not it. All right, so that's the bottom half. We're just done with the bottom half.
That is crazy that that's the bottom half.
All right, so we're gonna now go to listings of 9 through 16. Let the arguments begin. Let the arguments begin. All right. Nope, that's the last list. There we go. 9, Samuel and Ayuk. 10, Metcalf Lockett. 11, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup. 12, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. 13, DeAndre Hopkins, Hollywood Brown. 14, Stephon Diggs, Gabriel Davis. 15, Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool. 16, Terry McLaurin, and Curtis Samuel. Debates. What do we got?
It sucks because they are like the DeAndre Hopkins, Hollywood Brown. Like I hate Hollywood Brown with a fucking passion.
It's okay. He got arrested.
I think we all do. What does that matter? They ain't gonna do shit.
Because he hates him so much, man.
I really. Honestly, like low key, I'm decently okay with this list, except for the Deontay Johnson Claypool. I think they should be a little bit lower.
I think that the two sleeper duos are going to be this year are AJ Brown, Devontae Smith.
I agree.
And then Trey, Scary Terry, and
Curtis.
Yes. I think them two. I think those two duos are going to be.
I agree.
Sleepers
For sure.
I honestly wanted to put them in my top 10. Really either or, but I think a lot of people are going to sleep on those.
Samuel, I love Samuel. I think what he did with the Panthers was
Curtis
a lot
Samuel.
of fun. But the dude was so hurt with his ankles last year. He hardly played.
But think about
And it's your ankles. It's your ankles, though. Like,
But think about his usage too. Like he's got a lot of usage too.
if healthy, dude. If healthy. That's if.
And Terry's a fucking monster. So
I agree. And if Curtis Samuel was healthier, he's much higher on my listings. But because he's not, it's what is killing me inside to do it. So let me put up some comments that Jazz just said. He said Baker is a G.
Preach.
He's a G string. Jazz also said, bro, Judy and Sutton made it into the top 10. See what you did, Art? It's true. Fucking asshole. He's the reason why they're in there.
The rankings with his second. Like that's pretty insane. I'd had him in my top 10, but at 10, I think, or whatever. So
he also says Deontay Johnson and Chase Claypool are at the bottom.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't agree, actually.
Really? I think they should be lower. I think they should be in the bottom half, which is what takes down from what they are.
I think that's where I put them at too.
So let me see where we put them.
I don't remember.
I disagree.
Flying around, bro. I don't remember shit.
I put them lower than Scary.
Trey's the one that put him the lowest. So
I thought I put him pretty low.
So because of what they've done, even with a declining Big Ben, I put him at 11. That might be too high. I put him at 11. Art put him at 15. Alex put him at 18, and then Trey put him at 24.
That might even been a little low for me, but I don't want them up where they are.
I'm just saying, like, we're talking about with them what they did with Big Ben. Big Ben was stupid, dumb, like idiot. Like
now they got a G in Mitch.
Yeah, Mitchell Trubisky. Woo, white swag. White swag. Woo. So I mean, I think they're like, if you got a healthy quarterback, and if Mike Tomlin, who is a much better coach than what y'all had before, I think he'll be able to utilize Trubisky well enough to get the numbers to a Johnson, to Claypool. Now, if Claypool doesn't fucking start dancing or what the fuck he was doing last time before, had to get the ball to the fucking center.
Bro, I swear.
Dude, they just need to let Trubisky roll out of the pocket and it'll be money.
Jazz has a few more comments. He says Terry and Samuel should be in the bottom half.
What?
If you're talking about health-wise, I agree with you. Otherwise, I disagree.
I can't agree to that no matter what, bro. I'm sorry. I can't.
Scary Terry is
he's a monster, bro.
Yeah,
and with an upgrade with the
wait, okay. Bro, Indy kicked his ass out. Indianapolis kicked his ass out. You might as well have kept Alex Smith in his one leg.
You saw how happy McAfee was whenever they got rid of.
Bro, they threw his ass out.
Yeah,
like Carson Wentz.
So Terry for fantasy or no fantasy on Terry?
I'm not taking that risk. No, I'm not taking that risk. I'm not taking a risk for a commander.
Bro, Philly should have used that as trade bait and kept fucking what's his face.
All right. Jazz also says G string. Haha. You had them at 5, Trey. Don't.
No.
He's talking about the Judy and Sutton.
Yeah, I did have him at 5, didn't I? I said 10. My fault. You right.
Get out. He's like, I remember all transgressions. Oh, Jazz also had a comment last week. He said, we were all tripping. Josh Jacobs is a top 16. He left that in the comments.
Preach, my brother. I told y'all that kid is gonna go off, bro. That's
Josh Jacobs. Well, because we had him overall at 23.
Yeah,
he said 16. I'm like, nah.
High for that shit, bro.
I mean, if Josh Jacobs was in a better system, he would be top 10.
All right, we'll see at the end of the year, bro. I'm telling you.
If Josh Jacobs was in Carolina, he might be top 8.
Because they ain't got nobody.
Exactly. You put the Christian McCaffrey system and put it on a healthy Josh Jacobs. Fuck, you make Josh Jacobs look like Christian McCaffrey.
God, we'll see at the end of the year, bro.
He also says Moore and Wilson over Terry and Samuel. Health wise, yes, I would agree. But like I said, if health is against Samuel,
Terry.
health is
I don't know.
so we'll see. He said, "Fuck went for what he did." Oh my god. He's having too much fun typing this stuff. Terry. Oh wait. Terry has never been a wide receiver one. What football? Oh, yeah, you must not be watching Washington football, obviously.
Crazy.
What? No, he's the reason why Washington even is relevant. Oh, him and Chase Young, but that's it. Everyone else can go suck a big old Dan Snyder cock. And then he also says, at least top 60 for Jacobs. He has been wide receiver one every year. What more do you want from him?
A contract.
He's declining. He's not top 60.
He's a contract. He doesn't have a contract, man.
And he goes, fuck Wentz.
That's what he was saying earlier. He said, fuck Wentz for what he did, not Wentz.
Because he's a Colts fan. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you lost to the Jaguars in your season finale, and it cost you the playoffs. Like, dude, you brought in to overcome those odds, which is weird. It's the Jaguars. What odds did you really have to go against?
And they were the first team on Hard Knocks during the season, so they had all that stuff, and that kind of sucks.
And talking about Terry, Scary Terry. Look at the finishes every year. Never finished as wide receiver one. Ooh, dude.
But look at his QB.
Bro, we
know.
Too. This is
who's his QB's been? Fitzpatrick. Who was last year's? Who was last year's shit?
Heineke.
Bro, Heineke. Come on. No, he still got over 1,000 yards last year, and he still made it somehow. So don't disrespect.
You crazy
like that? You know you would take him in Indianapolis. You know you would. You you take him. All right. So y'all ready for the top 8?
Let's roll with it.
Whew, here we go. All right. 1, Devontae Adams and Hunter Renfrow. 2, Evans and Godwin. 3, Hill and Waddle. 4, Kupp and Robinson. 5, Chase and Higgins. 6, Allen and Williams. 7, Jefferson and Thielen. 8, Judy and Sutton. Judy and Sutton are way too damn high. I'm top 10.
I'm decently okay with this lineup.
You are. Broncos.
I like this one actually.
No. I'm saying overall standings. I'm okay with this setup. I really am.
Maybe it's 1 or 2.
I would say move Jamar Chase a little higher. I'd say maybe above Tyreek and put him at 3, and then move the other 2 down. But other than that, I'm not upset with this list.
Nah, I like this one. This is okay. I'm okay with this.
So I will tell y'all right now, the Adams and Renfrow and Evans and Godwin was tight. Like it was like basically a tie. The reason Adams and Renfrow got the nod is because they got more top 5 votes than the Evans and Godwin. I think because who didn't have them top 5?
I didn't have Evans top 5 or top 10 at all.
You didn't have Evans and Godwin top 10?
No.
Yes, you did.
I had him out.
You had him.
Oh no, yeah,
you
I
had
did.
7.
Never
you
mind.
had 7.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at my list.
So you had them at 7. So you kept them from being number 1. Otherwise, it would have been Evans and Godwin. But it's not a bad list. I think outside of the Judy and Cortland Sutton thing, that's the only thing I dispute. But that's about it.
You could put Judy and Cortland Sutton like 10 to 15 range.
Who was the 9 and the 10?
Huh?
Who was 9 and 10?
Debo and Ayuk and Metcalf and Lockett. So I think Debo should have been up there with Ayuk. I don't think.
Yeah, I think I would put him at 9. I wouldn't put him just because of the whole situation.
Well, you did this. You put them at 2.
Well, I knew that was gonna happen. I had to put him this long because I wanted to be up there in the consensus one.
Disgusting.
Smart man, dude. You have to play it. Smart man. Hey, what up, papas?
Trey got a co-host. I was hoping he'd be Quattro, but Trey said, "Nah, we're not keeping the legacy alive."
No, mommy set up dinner, so Daddy has to hold baby.
Hey, that's fine. I
have to put mine to sleep in a bit.
Yeah, so that's the list, guys. Anything y'all want to say before we close out the show? It was a big one.
I just feel disrespected that Scary Terry in the wide receiver one.
He wants to do that to y'all for y'all Broncos haters.
He said, "Look at that gorgeous boy."
That's my babes. That's my babes.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think Scary Terry is gonna have another fun season.
I'm actually really intrigued to see a lot of these different setups with the duos. Right, there's a lot of new numbered. Like again, going back to the Adams and Renfro, like the new duo, bro. Let's see how it actually rolls out. You know what I mean? And they have Waller. Like, could be intense, bro.
Sure. If anything could happen, this football season is gonna be amazing. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Dude,
Now, for everyone watching, everyone listening at home, whether it's live or on demand, just so y'all know, next week's plans have changed. It's no longer we're going to predict the season. It's actually we're going to do a yearly mock draft that we're going to do. This is more set up to have fun for fantasy football. Our thoughts and ideas going into the season. We're going to have more guests on because we're going to be able to discuss things, and we're going to do it over the computer, mock draft like how we did last year. And after we complete that and talk some fantasy football, we're also going to be revealing our Puro Pinche Sports podcast draft lottery. We're going to be doing it live. We're going to find out who's bottom at 12, who's number 1, all this other stuff.
Because last year was rigged.
Isn't there 3 people? Isn't there 3 slots still? I don't know. Jazz, you want to join up?
Oh, wait, we have discussions right now, so we'll keep, because we've already asked some people. We'll keep it at bay. But if anything happens, we'll discuss people. Maybe Jazz will join us. Maybe other people will join us. We'll see. But as of right now, we already have some people we already have in mind. But anyways, next week that's the plan. Following week we might do something new, maybe outside of football. Jay, who unfortunately couldn't be here tonight, good luck on his career. That's what he's working on right now. That's why he couldn't be here this week. He wants to do a top 10 best boxers today list.
I'm out on that one. I don't know boxers.
So, depending on who's down to do it, we might do that list, or it might be just me and Jay. We might bring Mike back. Anything could happen. Ryan Garcia, by the way, is not top 10. I just want to let y'all know whoever is a Ryan Garcia fan, he is not top 10. But anyways, that's all I have for updates. Jazz says, great show, guys. Hey, Jazz, thank you for joining us as well, man. Thank you for all the comments. A lot of fun.
Appreciate it, man.
And he says, I might take y'all up on that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We'll reach out if anything happens to the people we have pending right now. If none of them can commit, we'll go on and we'll even ask you, man. Like, that'll be a lot of fun. So, Alex, you got any plugs?
Just my Instagram, Alex_DelaCruz_54. And y'all tune in for tomorrow. Tomorrow, first preseason football game. Hopefully nobody gets hurt. We don't want nobody to get hurt. Because then it'll really mess up our fantasy.
Already torn ACL with the Broncos. Sad day. Thanks, Alex.
Yeah, Tim Patrick is out for the year. That wide receiver 3 is in a lot of pain. And Jazz has one more comment. Art, you're still wrong on Judy and Sutton. Hell yeah, brother.
Throwing right in. Stick to your guns.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. Trey, do you and Quattro have any
just
plugs?
Trey Park, you'll get to see a lot more of this guy. 3 months today, getting big, baby.
There you go. Big baby. All right, you got any plugs yourself, my man?
Y'all can find me at _Ibarra Design on Instagram.
All right, guys. And for the podcast, follow us on Instagram at Puro Pinche Sports. On Twitter, follow us at Pinche Sports Pod. Guys, do us a favor. Hit that like button. Hit the share button. Send it out to people that are sports fans. Have a lot of fun. Be like Jazz. You can come on here and interact with us. We'll definitely pull up your comments. As long as they're appropriate, obviously. And we'll have a good fucking time, just like we had tonight. Thank you for joining us for our rankings list. These last 3 weeks have been a lot of fun. It's been definitely giving us some time to talk about some football prior to the season starting. Like Alex said, tomorrow, Raiders, Jaguars, Hall of Fame game. It might not be the best game because the best players won't be all playing at the same time, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Football is back, baby. I can't wait for it. All of us are getting ready for fantasy football. Let's get to it, guys. All right, for Art, for Alex, for Trey, for Quattro, for Jay out there, I am Jose. We are Puro Pinche Sports, guys, and we are out.